In 1962, three men stood on a stage in Stockholm and accepted the Nobel Prize for the structure of DNA. The discovery unlocked the secret of life itself. It changed medicine, biology, and what it means to be human. But the person whose work made that discovery possible was not on that stage. She had been dead for 4 years and nobody mentioned her name. It is 1950 in London, and a young British chemist named Rosalind Franklin joins King's College to study DNA. At this point, nobody knows what DNA actually looks like. Solving this mystery would be the most important scientific achievement of the century. Franklin was brilliant, precise, and obsessive about accuracy. Using X-ray crystallography, she spent months firing X-ray beams at DNA samples and capturing images. In May 1952, she captured an X-ray image so perfect it became one of the most important photographs in science. She called it Photograph 51. For decades, the world believed one version of what happened next. The popular story says Watson and Crick secretly saw Photograph 51 and used it to crack the structure of DNA. They published the discovery, they won the Nobel Prize, and Rosalind Franklin was erased. A story of theft, sexism, and one woman being robbed of her place in history. But new historical evidence shows a more complicated truth. Franklin's photograph was shown to Watson by her colleague Maurice Wilkins without her direct consent. But Franklin herself was not kept in the dark. Letters in her personal papers show she was aware her research was being shared. She never accused Watson or Crick of stealing anything and continued working with both men. She even tried to hitch a ride with Watson on a road trip across America. So, what is the truth? Watson and Crick were not thieves, but they used a woman's work, built their discovery on her foundation, and never gave her credit. Their Nobel speeches contained not a single mention of Rosalind Franklin. Their published papers relegated her to a footnote. Watson's memoir described her as difficult, hostile, and incompetent, which she was not. Without her X-ray images, Watson and Crick would have taken years longer to solve the structure if they had solved it at all. Her data confirmed the double helix and her measurements were the missing piece of the puzzle. Scientists agree her work was essential, not just helpful. In 1962, when Watson, Crick, and Wilkins stood on that Nobel stage, Franklin's name was absent. The Nobel Prize cannot be awarded posthumously, and Franklin had died in 1958 at just 37 years old. Many scientists believe her cancer may have been caused by years of radiation exposure from her X-ray equipment. She died never knowing her work would be debated for decades. She died never receiving a Nobel Prize and never getting the credit history now agrees she deserved. Her discovery is the foundation of everything modern medicine is built on. Every cancer treatment targeting specific genes is built on her work. Every DNA test that solves crimes is built on her work. The COVID vaccines that save millions trace directly back to understanding DNA structure. Her work is inside every hospital genetics lab and forensic investigation. She changed the world and the world forgot her name. History is slowly correcting itself. A 2023 Nature paper re-examined her personal papers and concluded she was not a victim of theft but was downplayed for being a woman. Today she has a building at Cambridge, a crater on the moon, a Mars rover, a Royal Society Prize, and a Google Doodle, but no Nobel Prize.